Mic check real quick. Hey, I'm good. Let's check some sound. Myself down a bit. All right, here we have it. Finals, game one, Psychos and Juggernauts. Band number one from the Psychos is Ace. Let's see if the Juggernauts hit a shield after all the shield work Steve's been doing. Nope, they're sticking with Twitch. And probably the Caveira ban here. Now they're switching it up and hitting Clash. And last but not least, the Psychos Defender. Capcan. Pretty straightforward, nothing too wild. The Clash switch frees up the Caveira for Matthew. If the Psychos are looking to win, they need to pick up several of these defensive rounds to make their attacks less of a requirement on their attacks. We've got the Aruni, Wamai, and Thorn. That seems to be their go-to lineup on defense. And for attackers, we've got the Thatcher, Dokkaebi, and Lion. At this point, if you banned Lion from the Juggernauts, I don't think Nate would opt to attack. I think he would just sit the rounds out. Will is playing Dokkaebi. He knows that is something that Matthew hates to play against, so a little bit of mind games going on. Looks like Nate and John are going over for their primary wall, and Will's droning himself in to push from bottom shark. Two defenders are on site. Trey is off site. He's just holding the line of sight in garage. Pings are going down, indicating that they are trying to get the wall. Will's pushing his way bottom shark. He didn't get the drone all the way to Trey, so he doesn't know that Trey's on that side of the building, but he did drone himself all the way up to this little junction here. He's stuck behind the couch with that lion. Will is going to be able to pick him up pretty clean. I believe the Juggernauts do have the wall open. Will's getting call number 2 down. Trey and Steve are on site. John's on his drones, trying to get intel. Nate's working on a long Trey's working on a long flank back through kitchen. Will's not going to hear this, I don't think. Trey's going to pick him up. Steve gets Nate, and Trey just needs to push a little bit faster. He'll be able to get Will. But he misses. He misses the shots. He had him. Will's going to go ahead and push. They've downed Steve, so they should know that the last one on site or off site is Trey. Trey's working to retake. Missed Will behind the bed. Just missed John rolling through bathroom. John should be getting the plant down. Will has the ability to cover. Plant is going down. I don't know if he heard it or not. Oh, he should be able to hear that. Another Razor Bloom pushing John into a less advantageous position. John's taking the fight to him and manages to clean him up. Good attack. Clean win. Picking up Matthew early and then pushing sight. Turned out to be the right play. Let's see if the Psychos go back down there or not. They did do a couple switches. Matthew switched to Thunderbird. I believe that's new for him. He was probably holding that in his back pocket for this game. And Steve switching to Ella. That's just another comfort pick for him, I think. For attackers, same three. Thermite, Dokumi, and Lion. Drones down, one left. Nate doing Nate things. He knows it's his job to get the hatch, so he's checking to see if there are slackers on the Psychos, and indeed there are. Hatch has not been gotten. Trey's rolling back to that garage area again. Looks like to have a similar hold. Except this time he's opting to board it up instead of playing it. That's smart. Gives him less area to worry about. Is that Ella's shotgun? Is not. I don't know whose shotgun that was. John's droned himself in a pretty fair ways. He should be able to get this wall. Yeah, so the call on the line going down, that should free John up. He's very hesitant to go get this. He's got cover now. There we go. Wall's going down. We've got Trey and Steve on site. Matthew's offside upstairs. Looks like trying to play some floor angles. Will's in up top. Has got the hatch open. If I had to bet, I'd say Will heard the phone when he called. And just isn't fully sure where Matthew was off that. Matthew might be able to get him here. Playing that nice and slow. Call number 2 going down. That should definitely give him away. Will hears it. He's using that to just drop the hatch. Gets tagged by an L-Mind and a Razor Bloom at the same time. He's out of the closet. That is a pre-fire right there. John's rolling back around to the hole that he's made. Steve's trying to hold off Will. And Nate's getting wrecked by Trey. Will's rolling around to assist Nate, it looks like. Picks up Trey. One down. John is near the closet. He might be able to pick up Steve. Steve nabbed Will pretty clean. John's going to pick him up, though. Nice skill by John. Nate needs to start getting the plant going down. But Matthew cleans him up. 1v1. Matthew does have the diffuser. He got him through the ceiling. Playing that's in a really rough spot, too. John's not going to be able to get that without Matthew having some way to land shots on him. Oh my gosh, John came to play. What a shot. He lines it up. Sees it, clicks to it. Gets the kill. What a round. John's putting in the work tonight. Two-0 Juggernauts. I honestly did not think they were going to pull that one out, but John's showing up. Psychos have opted to switch sites. They're going with the office site now. And Matthew's breaking out the Cav. Same 3 attackers, though, for the Juggernauts. I don't expect that to change. The Psychos have left, it looks like, this whole wall soft and have a rotate through there. Kind of interesting, and they've also left this wall soft as well. Not sure if those were intentional or not, but we'll see. Juggernauts are attacking from the north spawn, it looks like. Matthew is ready to do a little something something. Picks up 1 drone. Oh, he heard Nate. Just like that, he's gone. It's like Will and Trey have entered in underneath of that shark connector. John does have wall open. Trey is there to play it. Phone call 1 going off. John hears it, pre-fires. Will's making a rotate around under garage. They are getting pings, it sounds like, on one of the defenders. Trey is in a good position to pick Will up if he's not careful. Will give himself a bit. John's applying pressure on Trey from the window. Will should have seen the door go down, indicating that there was a defender in proximity. Matthew's working on a flank. Top of shark. Trey picks up John. It's down to Nate. Matthew's gonna get him. Cheeky boy was going for a knife. You could tell he wanted it. Nate's put himself right in this corner. They're a couple meters away from each other currently. Matthew's about to start tearing open this wall. That gets Nate to move. Matthew hears it and finishes him off. Good round by the Psychos. See if they go back to bedroom or if they opt to go laundry. They have decided to go laundry. They are going to have to win down there due to the format of the finals of this Pro League settings. They will have to eventually get a win down there in bedroom, but for now they're choosing to go laundry. We do have 2 switches on attackers. We've got Brava and, well, all 3 actually. Brava, Havana, and a Blackbeard. And defenders we have Legion out of Trey. Matthew's reverting back to the Aruni, and Steve's sticking with what's working for him. With who am I? John's up and ready to enter pretty quickly there. Steve's rotating around to cover from bathroom. They have Hibana to get walls, but that's about it. So not really. I'd expect them to use it more for lines of sight than entries, but I mean that'll get him in. That's enough to get him in. Get the walls distraction. Will does run the shotgun. Hibana. That's an interesting little tidbit. Joe. Who goes there? Two things down. Oh, and whoever was sitting in the bathroom, I believe that Stray was just destroying those Hibana pellets. Will does get the flash on him. Trey has taken damage from window from Nate at the window. Will's looking to get in here, I think. He has cover from the window. He is itching to get in there, it feels like. And Trey makes him pay. Oh, but not for nothing. John is able to get that kill from Game's window. That's an interesting line of sight that I don't often think of. Plenty of time. John's hopping on his drone. And Nate is also on his drone. They should just try to get the location of Steve and Matthew, figure out where they are, grab the diffuser, and push one of the sites. They already have this gate, so that is an easy way. Well, now they have both gates. So easy access to A. Okay, John just saw Steve's feet through the drone hole. So they need to make a push. 30 seconds. The diffuser's in the bathroom. The defense doesn't really have a line of sight on it. John has picked it up. Stevie here. John has run 3-5. Cleans them up. There's one. Matthews is still in piano with a lot of it boarded up, so they should be able to start forcing the plant. Matthew does hear it going down. He's trying to make a play on it. They have one planting, one covering. Matthew picks up Nate pretty clean. But John's prone on the ground. Matthew cleans him up and gets the defuse. Wild. Felt like John had the advantage there and just muffed a lot of shots. Matthew's up 1 HP. Joe.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I hear you now, yes, sir. What's up, dude? Joe?
What up, what up?
What up? Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
Joe?
I can.
Nice.
Yes, I'm saying yes.
Yes,
I can hear you.
I hear you. All knotted up. 2-2. The Juggernauts have won this attack twice, but due to the formatting, the Psychos do have to win down here. Matthew switching up, going with Cade. Trey's going mute. And for the attackers, Nate is sticking with Blackbeard. John's going back to Thermite, and Will's going to Thatcher. They saw the mute or the Cade and are switching that to Thatcher. That's a good play.
Is there a pretty bad delay on my mic?
I don't know when you said that. I just heard it.
Did you respond right after you heard it?
Waited a little bit. All right, Nate's got the hallway door open.
I think there's definitely a delay on my mic.
If I had to guess, I'd say that there probably is. John and Will are looking to take the primary wall here. Matthew's hanging on site, and Steve is off site this time, so that's a switch. Oh, John and Matthew land big trades. Here we go. They're going to be hitting the wall. Nate's taking big damage, but manages to grab Trey in the process. Wall is open. Steve is still offside. Steve is going to get a good line on Nate here. If he pushes it, he backs off. He hears him. That's a smart play when you're down a man. John is toying with Matthew at the moment, and Steve is content with holding Nate off at bay. There it is. They droned him out. They know he's there for sure now. So they're just waiting. They're playing chicken. Will and John are A site. Oh, jeez. I'm not entirely sure how Will was able to land that shot. But Nate has the diffuser. That's going to be a problem. He needs to run out and run all the way around. Okay, and he's doing it. Will must have told him. So he's out. Steve should have heard that and should know that he can regain sight there. He is backing himself into trouble, though. John's coming around the corner. Should be able to pick him up. But clean. That was another good attack. The Juggernauts seem to have that sight down. And due to losing that sight 3 times in a row, the Psychos have opted to go with the Mechanic Shop Kitchen defense. Smart choice. No reason not to mix it up. It's a relatively new site. Gives the Juggernaut something new to work with. Hopefully mix them up just a bit. You got to think with a scramble like that, it aids and favors the defense. Because all you got to do is sit on site and hold lines of sight. Alright, attackers. We're back to the Thermite, Ash, and Blackbeard. And defense trace sticking with the Legion. Matthew's gone with Castle, and Steve is going with Ella again. Looks like the attackers are taking a garage heavy attack. So all 3 of them have spawned over here. They're looking to grab control of garage and reception, it looks like. We have 2 defenders on site, Steve and Matthew. Trey is above at bull. So he is positioning himself to be able to rotate down garage and put pressure on any attackers that enter there. Smart play. Juggernauts are content with droning. They've done a pretty thorough job droning pretty much all of sight. John looks to be trying to get this wall into kitchen. That's a pretty good play. Something just exploded over here. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Wall is going down. Oh, Trey's got the Claymored off the flank. Matthew was working on there. Trying to find Trey. I figured I can just press his tag. He's up top. Going to be laying down lines of sight. They've droned it out. They know that they have sight cleared. But Matthew's able to get one through this hole and landed big damage on John. Will does pick up Trey upstairs. I'd like to see Will try to take the fight to Steve just to help even it out pretty quickly. That way he and John can both work together to figure out where Matthew is and how they should play. Will does land to see Steve. They are exchanging fire. Will's going to bust in this castle. Use that as a distraction and push the other direction. Oh, Maddie picks up John. Now it's all to Will. Smart play by Steve backing off like that. Because Matthew's pinging diffuser currently. Oh, Will comes pre-fire in that corner. Hot and heavy. Matthew is, looks like clearing up any rotate if he needs. He's pushing back to side. He does know he did have diffuser. Will just needs to take the fight to him if possible. But that other one's gonna do him in. But Will comes pre-fire, and again, that's back-to-back. Just know where he's at, or guess where he's at. Push the corner and just spray it. Wild. Round 7 at the swap. Juggernauts are up 4-2. You gotta think the Psychos are a little bit upset about that. Both of them. Both Steve's encounter and Matthew's encounter there. All right, first round of defense for the Juggernauts, and they are going bedroom. Trying to show the Psychos how it's done. We have a Mira. The Mira play, I think, is where it's at here. John usually puts one in the closet and then does one in this corner, facing this way as well. That way, if the wall gets breached, he is still able to. Yeah, he called Nate off of it. That way, he's still able to apply pressure to A from the safety of his Mira. Will's going to Orcs, and Nate is sticking with Rook. And it looks like the Psychos are pretty intent on pushing this backside, or at least Matthew is droning that out pretty aggressively, pretty early.
Hello, baby.
What up, David? I'm gonna have to turn you down. Loud.
Why are you streaming?
Yeah. They're doing their finals. The finals game is tonight, or one of the finals games.
Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Send me the link. Twitch.
I'll send. Yeah, it's on Twitch. Looks like the Juggernauts are pushing from two different directions, or Psychos rather. Trey's pushing. Trey's just straight up pushing the Mirror, and Matthew's applying pressure at bathroom, and Steve is in kitchen with the diffuser as Monte. Oh, John makes Trey pay for pushing the Mirror. They should know that Matthew's droning from bathroom. Oh, they got pings. They got pings on Steve, and Will made quick work of that. That puts the Juggernaut up 3-1. All right, Will's seen all he wants to see, and hop in and take the fight to him. Picks up one. Can't pick up two. Maddie's not Will. Maddie. Nate was prepared. Let me get you a link here, David.
I got it. I
Oh,
got
you
it.
got it?
Frogier's anonymous.
Yes, sir. Oh, Willie's team is up 5-2 on him. Pretty quick.
What are the players' game from winning the season?
Nothing, I don't think.
Just the
Bragging rights.
respect.
Respect, exactly. All the stuff I don't have. All the stuff I will never get. Will is sticking with the orcs on defense, and Nate is sticking with his rook. But John is switching it up with Cade.
Oh, I love playing this map as an attacker with fuse.
Oh, everything like if you go a downstairs site, good luck. Everything's fusible.
Yep.
You can run, but you can't hide. Attackers, they did decide to bring the Jackal. I think that's a good play. And the Dokkaebi. They're tired of getting picked off by Will. So they'll sniff his feet and give him a call and hunt him down. I think that's the right play.
Yeah.
They didn't bring anything to deal with the wall, however, so they will be pushing doorways. Pretty straightforward. Matthew's getting a drone in, it looks like. Drone on top of Bull. Steve's going to be following that drone. He should see John right around the corner. Trey's making a push, it looks like. Oh, I thought he was inside. I thought he was going to be making a play off of that.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit aggressive right there.
I think oh, here we go. Trey's got him droned out, so Trey should know where Will is. Will's going to have the hatch already open, more than likely. Come on, Trey. Go find those feet, baby. Go sniff them. Will runs out on him. Had to have run out. There it is. He's going to get the feet. Oh, did him dirty. All right.
Oh.
You hate that if you're Will, but what a play.
Man, I always been
Jackal.
Jackal, yeah.
Yep.
He walls hack.
Psychos are in a pretty good position here with Will down. Enough time to actually make a decent push here. Matthew's droning, and still has one call if I'm not mistaken, but I probably am. Here we go. Steve's pushing in, and they got the Montang. And Trey's giving good support. Oh, John domes him. I switched to it just in time. There's the second call going down. Not sure what Matthew's hearing or what he's waiting for. Okay, he's pinging Nate, or he's pinging John. Oh, Steve with an amazing flick, and Matthew cleans up Nate. They just pulled that one out of their butts.
All right, testing.
Joe!
Is there lag?
I mean, I hear you. You hear me?
Didn't seem like much of a lag there.
All right, we good. What's up?
I think we're good.
Welcome back.
What up? So my internet got canceled, and I've had no internet since Thursday.
Oh no. That would explain why we haven't it was like, man, where's Joe been these last few days? There you go. Checks out.
So I'm on Steam through a hotspot, and I'm watching the stream on my phone.
Nice. It's working good enough. Did you see that last round? Wild.
So,
Stevie pistol whipping John.
Yep. Good push.
Good push.
Yep, I'm surprised to see such a big score difference jumping on, especially after seeing that last round.
Yep. The Psychos could not win the downstairs bedroom site at all.
Yep.
They tried it three times, I think it was, and lost every time.
Yep. It makes the playoffs so a little different on map banning because you have to consider a third site.
Yeah. So they
defense.
Instead of running it back a fourth time, they did mining room, or not mining.
Did they win that?
They did not. But at least they tried something different.
Yeah.
All right. Trey sticking with Jackal. Smart play. It countered Will's so well last round. Will's hanging on site though this time. He's not giving away any free foot smells. Steve's pushing himself all the way up to top of garage, it looks like. All three defenders are on site. Ah, there it is. Will's dropped hatch. He's going to be working on a rotate. Phone call goes down. That Will stops Will. Nate's just lighting up Steve's shield. Oh my gosh, and Steve is ready for it. What a shot. Will is working on this flank, though. He's going to catch Matthew unless Matthew does hear it. Matthew seems to have heard it because he just switched to his SMG. Oh, no, he heard it wrong. The last second. Switched right off of it. And Will's out. Going to be working on a different rotate. Get the kill and bail. Smart play. That's going to keep them occupied for a while. John is landing pretty significant damage on Trey with his sniper shot him. Not enough though. Trey's able to pick it up, and Will's already made his rotation back, so it's Will versus Steve. Shield versus Orcs. Will's landing some decent damage on Steve. Oh, Will's dropped. He went back to hatch, dropped. They must have had it. Steve heard it, one of the two. Steve's just gonna have to push him. And he gets him. What a play by Steve. Oh, it was mid-charge.
I didn't want to interrupt any because I'm definitely behind on the stream. But a couple things on that round. I felt like after that kill on Matthew, which was huge, Trey should have gone after that
Right,
and at least gotten the footprints.
Yep.
So then you know for sure where he's at, where Will's at.
Agreed.
Instead, it was Steven who
walking
pushed down the
back down with the
stairs to
shield
kind
up.
of
Scout it out. Yep.
yeah, and they just got lucky that Will actually went all the way off. And then the shield, Steven at the end was shield up, and I'm surprised Will pushed that.
Right, because all he had to do was charge him.
Because the Orcs should have been able to beat that.
Yep. Good play
But
by
he
Steve.
rotated, like he kept his distance and then dropped the hatch and rotated. And yeah, very good play by Steve.
Attackers. Oh no, they're switching up. Okay, I was gonna say Trey was sticking with the Jackal, but he's opting to go Sophia, and Matthew's gone to 0. Mind, he's going with Nomad. And Steve is like, "Give me the shield. Give me the shield." The Juggernauts banned Clash, by the way. I'm sure you saw that up there, but that's a tip of the hat to us after what we had to endure. The kitchen mechanic shop site. They chose to do it pretty early. Oh, I thought Steve was just going to beat down the castle. Do it, Steve. Beat it down. Oh. Third time's the charm. Nope. Yeah, punch him now. There we go. Nate is going back to his concrete thrower. I feel like she's really good in 3v3s. Will's pretty close to site still. Able to apply pressure as needed. In whichever direction the attackers do decide to push. Matthew and Trey are both droning. And John's just eating up the drones at this point. they have droned enough to pretty much see that this side of B feels kind of open. So if Steve is okay, there we go. Nate has rotated in, but again, Trey's on his drone, so he should be able to call this out and let him know. Steve is wanting something pretty bad. Oh, the foot shot out of Nate. Nate shooting feet. Yep. It's like Will is working on his flank from top of garage. He's above him. We can see this. Steve blocks all of that with the shield. No issues. They've pushed John offside. They play a little bit more passive than he'd like, I think. He liked where he was. Just a bit. There is only 20 seconds left. One blockade goes down. Matthew and Nate are trading damage. Getting better than that. Nate picks up Matthew and John picks up Steve. Even it all to Trey. Trey gets one. And he can't get the second. Solid defense. It was just such
I'll
a
put it
time
at match
suck.
point, right?
Yep, match point.
Yeah, they seem like they really embraced that like turtle with the castle and the Azami.
Yep. It's hard to push against. And especially against this team.
Especially against this team, yeah. And especially like I actually think it's good that Will doesn't just 100% always commit to sight for every round, because even his orcs play can cause them to delay.
Right. Yep. They just have to drone, and even if they haven't droned, it's just in the back of their mind. It's going to be like, what hatch can he drop through, and what hatch can he climb back up to be behind me?
Yep.
And all the while, he can be sitting on site. You never know.
So the Psychos have brought this back to a closer one for sure. It's 6-4 right
Yeah.
now. But they'll have to, they have to kind of ride the momentum, I think.
Yep,
Especially with them being on attack.
for sure. Not their strong suit. This is going to be a tough comeback if they're going to get it done, but you never know. First time
They
we're
just need to
seeing
win
the,
too.
Solus out of John. He hasn't brought that out all match yet. Yep, just got to win two. One round at a time. Just looking for some overtime. All three attackers have spawned same spot. They're looking to take this little connector between Shark and Piano. Drones went the wrong direction to catch Will, but they do have Jackal, so that might come into play here. I wasn't watching Will. I'm not sure if he's gone across this and if there are any footprints to be had there. There's the Nomad. Another drone coming in. There we go. This one comes this way. Picks up Will. That's good enough for Matthew. He wants to take the fight to him if possible. Will might catch him from the door. And he's spraying and praying now. And just like that, all three defenders are back on site. And they're going to be droning out for Will for the next 1 minute and 15 seconds. Steve's had enough. He's decided it's time to get a push going. Oh, but he's got his back turned to Nate. Nate might be able to pick him up if he keeps walking so recklessly. Nate gets some big damage. Trey. Trey's just trying to take the fight. He doesn't actually hit him up. Trey gets Nate, Steve gets John, and now it's left to Will. Will's working on a flank back from Shark. Matthew's got a nomading off the rotation. Let's see if he heard him. Flank does go down.
This is worst case scenario.
Steve is there. Will's gonna be in a hard little spot here.
Post plant with a Montang and both other players alive.
Oh, he does manage to get Steve. Unnecessary push. That was reckless.
Yeah, Steve could have just been at the eyeballs for the team.
Yep. Doesn't end up holding too bad.
That Nomad, man, that Nomad and Jackal's hard counter for that Oryx.
It sure is.
And then they bring the shield just because it can disrupt that team so much.
There was one. Let's see if they can get another.
I was convincing too.
Yeah.
Very convincing.
Yep.
It's like one of those rounds that caused the defensive team to completely switch it up and be like, we have to, we got to really change
They sure
up
did.
what,
Yep.
'cause that did not work at all.
Tachanka out of Will. Lagoyo out of John. And,
Oh, what?
And Smoke.
Did that update come through?
I have no idea what update we're talking about.
Okay, so I don't know if it's gone through yet, but there's an update coming that brings that frost rework in.
Right. Uh-huh.
Tachanka's getting a buff, and there's a couple other random odds and ends.
I don't. If it is live, I doubt Will knows of it. I think they all
Ayana
just wanted to deal
loses
with
her nades.
Oh, okay. They just wanted to deal with the shield, I feel like.
Warden becomes a 3 armor.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's some big changes. It'll change up some operators significantly.
Matthew's going Flores, and Trey's doing his bread and butter with Blackbeard. I can't stand Blackbeard sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't land headshots often, but when I do, it's always on a Blackbeard.
It's so frustrating when I play Blackbeard and I get headshotted over the top where it's like that little sliver of head.
Right. Oh, Matthew's landing damage on Will through the window. Will does heal them. If Steve's not careful, he might get got from behind through the floor. Will's content with just playing on the stairs, it looks like. Will's not content. I lied. Will's greedy. He wants it. Oh, Matthew drops an exploding little car bomb on his lap. Smoke was in bathroom holding Matthew at bay from the window while Matthew's trying to apply pressure to Will. Good positioning out of Nate. Steve's desperately trying to make his way up the stairs, but he's just not able to. He needs to bail on this. Trey does manage to get Nate. There it is. He's rotating around. He tells Will he can have the stairs. He'll go find a window. Trying to get Trey here. Trey's taking some significant damage. Trey's in a good position. I feel like holding that spot would have been valuable, because then it isolates any rotation back to A, except for the hallway.
Yep, absolutely.
Some damage from Maddie. Like starting his rain of fire. Oh, they got the ping on John. John half the move. Steve's taking that gain. Pretty decent control of sight. Just actually stopped it. Good kill by Trey. Quick 1-2, and there it is. The way he was looking, I thought for sure he was going to shoot Steve. overtime.
That was a very good round.
Yep. They needed
Great attack.
Steve to bail on that stairs, and took him a while, but he did. Then they got
Yep.
things rolling.
Yep, but he rotated up, linked
Yep.
up with Matthew, used some drones to take sight. Like that's something that they have struggled with all season, of just like once they drone an area, not actually taking it. But that attack stalled at first at the stairs, but when they actually linked up, he took bathroom, Trey took gaming. They kind of pushed off each other. I think it would have been fine for Trey to just stay in the gaming
Right.
and just hold from there. It was a safer area, but he's still putting pressure on the defense to have
Yep.
to move or rotate, and he might even catch someone on the move.
Yeah.
But it still worked. Still
Yep.
worked out well.
And
He just
just like
put
that,
himself at a risk and got the
overtime.
done.
Yep. The Juggernauts went here first on their original defense, and it was a pretty convincing win right out the gate. Will is back to Orcs. Matthew's sticking with the Nomad. They did lose the Jackal though. But Trey with Jackal and Trey with Blackbeard. You take either one. I'm struggling with people's names today. Like I know I got Trey right there, but there's a question mark each time in my mind. I'm like, man, I must have had a stroke somewhere along the way.
It feels like it's been a while since we've had these games.
Yeah. All right, all three attackers are at full window. Interesting spot to enter, but it'll work. Will might be catching Steve off guard.
And he's all alone if he tries to push in that window. Will has them, with a shield up or not.
Oh, and Steve's in. I don't think Will realized he got in that quick. And he's bailing on it. Just the threat of support, I guess, was enough to
Yeah,
send
that's
Will
true.
off.
You don't know.
Yep.
But he's still playing the delay game. It still can work.
Yep, exactly. Now they're going to have to take this time to make sure that he's not up here.
I don't think he delayed enough. Like, they're still making pretty good progress here with the time. But it's still, it's better to stay alive than
Yep, exactly. You can delay later.
trade your life for time.
But if you die, you can't. They are right above this hatch that John hasn't opened, but he has opened the line of sight. Steve is going to get the hatch open, though. John's getting a little squirmy. Running around down there. Good play. Get out. Might as well. Trey's looking to potentially cut off this rotation by John. He might catch him. John got in just in time. Trey lands a couple shots on his legs there. Nothing too wild. They got 50 seconds. They're in feels like great position for them. 45 seconds and to have this much control of sight. John and Trey are going to run into each other. Trey wins that battle. I'm trying to switch to Trey, but I'm struggling mightily. Will's going to be rotating on this, I believe, but not before Trey and Matthew pick up Nate. So it is a 2v1 now. They have dropped hatch. Matthew's got a nice line of sight on the board and cleans up Will. They're rolling.
Yeah, here's a big piece of this Psycho's attack. They're actually, I don't know. I think like if Will continues to play offsite like he is, he's got to actually either take the fights before they're taking sight.
Right.
Unless he's actually rotating to sight, because like he rotated back, but then he didn't put any pressure on them. They were able to take sight pretty handily, take on 1v1s a lot of times. Like it was Trey on John all by himself. No one was in a position to punish Trey for what ground he was taking.
Right. It was only after Trey was able to land like down and finish John and then land big damage and relay information on Nate that Will was finally able to get around and pick him off. And then at that point, it's a 2v1 with a shield. Good luck.
Yeah, it's like when you have all three when your team's all alive, like staying alive is good, but it's like unless you actually do something with it, you know, and it becomes you and against 3 people, it's useless, you know.
Yep, for sure. This is it. Match point.
Match point. And the Psychos have come back
They
from
have.
a pretty heavy deficit. They
They
were
have.
5-2, right?
Yep, 5-2. All right. For the Juggernauts, we got this is the lineup they were running with most of the early rounds, with the exception of Will. He had been on and off Thatcher. Looks like they do intend to get the wall. Otherwise, he would have played Ash or Dokkaebi.
Yeah.
Nothing keeping John out though, so I guess not. Steve, if he's not careful, is going to take some damage from the thermite charge. John and Nate are joining out garage, or Nate and Will are joining out garage, and John is holding an angle from the balcony.
I do really like opening that wall and then taking garage.
Trey gets a little too happy there. You feel like you're safe up there, but like I wouldn't have thought twice about that.
Yep.
But Will made
As
it
an
pay.
attacking team, there's so many options or so many ways to get angles on garage. It's easy to take. Not easy, but it's definitely easier.
Right, because there's so many exterior entries that oh wow, Steve had enough. He just wanted to push old John, and John says, "Listen here, whippersnapper, I'll show you how this game's done."
It's all up to Matthew.
Matty.
He's still on site, so it's not like they just took site, but it's got a tall task.
He has a huge task, but if you want one guy to do it,
Yep.
this might be the one.
He is getting some intel.
Yep.
Steven's
they got
on
Valk
cam.
somewhere. Yep.
Yeah, Steven's on cam. I don't know what Trey's doing. Normally it would show what he's looking
Oh
at.
my gosh. Will lines up the shot on the Valk cam. Hatfield. I think that's what he's doing. And then flicks instantly on Matthew once he hears the gate. What a kill.
I don't know about instantly. Overcorrected a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He didn't get the Valk cam, is the point.
But he was
he was flying. He was Mach
ready.
speed,
Yep,
Joe,
he was
okay?
flying. He hit his DPI on his mouse real quick.
Yep. And this is it. Round 15.
Yep. Full game.
Full game. This is exactly what I bargained for.
Yep. That was a good attack. Very good attack. Trey died, you know, from a little surprise from the garage
Right.
door on first floor.
I
And
didn't
then
like
Steven just
Steve's.
took a fight,
Yeah,
knew where someone was at, and just tried to
right.
make something happen.
That's like, that's one of those things where I definitely wouldn't do it, but I've had it done against me, and it always seems to work. So,
Yeah.
but it didn't pay
It
out
can
that time.
it can work. It's
Yep.
just a risky play. It's definitely a risky play, because like, you know, most of the time people are holding an angle, and there's
Right.
only
There's only so much to
short
look at.
windows where they're pulling off of that angle. And if you get lucky where you're coming around the corner when they're pulling off or they're not looking,
John was looking though. John was ready. Speaking
John
of
was ready.
John, he switched from the mirror on the side and is going with Echo. Interesting.
I really like Echo. I like Echo better than Valk. I know that people hate on me for that, but he provides an
I think we
element,
just hate
obviously, with just the the element of just disruption, you know.
right.
Because if they're not able to pick off that cam and it drives away, then like
It's
you
frustrating.
you know that
It's
they're
still
still,
doing
yeah,
it.
it's
Yep.
frustrating. And then it might pop up
Yep. You just
again,
never know where
hit
it's
you
going to.
again,
Yep.
disrupt your vision.
Will is content with hunkering down on site this go. Playing Doc. Psychos are doing good drone work here. They have the intel. They know where Will is. Looks like Matthew's probably hungry for this Echo.
Yeah, I would like Echo's upstairs.
Yeah, Echo's upstairs. He was playing offside in bathroom. Matthew's getting it. Car bomb number 1 in. Smart positioning. So he used it to flush Will out and blow up the concrete barrier. Trey might run into John. He does could get a drone. Oh, he doesn't see it. He didn't see it. It didn't get him though, so no foul. Meanwhile, Steve is making his way on site. I don't. Oh, they did end up getting Sean. That's huge. Matthew's continuing to pepper Will and Nate with the car bombs. Matthew lands some damage on Will. Nate gets that concrete barrier right there up. Oh, but Steve is able to get the flank on Will. And Trey's taking the fight to Nate. Matthew's comes to support, and there it is. The comeback. How did Trey's shield not die?
With that impact right on his feet, yeah.
What a round. What a comeback.
What a round.
And that's where you see
a good game.
Yep, really good game. Trey coming to play tonight, Matthew coming to play tonight, and Steve coming to play tonight. It's that fair balance all the way across.
Yeah, when you play 15 rounds,
Yeah.
you hope to see kills like that.
I hope to just see one kill, maybe two. And for the finals, I don't know if you're aware or not, is it best of 5? Coastline. Coastline's the other direction. John's probably getting his PEDs in real quick. Do you expect to see any changes after that first one, Joe?
Changes in bands.
Changes in bands and sort of, I guess, how everybody's like how they play. Do you expect to see more of the turtle defense out of the Juggernaut?
Remind me, I know that it was Twitch and Clash ban from Will's team from the Juggernauts. What was the Psychos ban?
They went with Ace still, and then they went with I honestly don't remember.
I definitely could see a change up in the bans from the Juggernauts with their attacker ban. You know, I don't know if they really got frustrated with the way having to deal with the Flores, but they could also just, I'm just tired of the Montang. Let's just get rid of him.
Let's just get rid
but
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also like they might not do that just because like he can always just play blitz, you know.
Right.
And then
There
you
are
also
other
have to
shield
worry about if
options.
he starts getting used to using the flash on the blitz, you know.
Right.
Because like when he played us, he didn't really use it, so it didn't really come to play. But if he got into the rhythm of using it, he could be even more dangerous, you know.
Right. That adds a whole nother element to his shield play.
Especially on coastline where, you know, those sites with 3v3s, it's hard to hold on defense.
Yeah, not a fan
They're
of
just
this
so
map.
open. Yeah.
We did not do well here.
We've played it twice and we got kicked around for sure. So I I think from what I saw, I didn't see much of the Juggernauts winning, so I don't really know exactly what they were doing that was working. They did win a lot of their attacking rounds and lost a lot of their defending rounds. So that's why I think they could be definitely switching up their ban,
Mm-hmm.
um, their attacking ban, because that was their problem, was their defense.
Right.
Um, they, I don't know. It's hard to say what they could change on to make this work. Um, because they kind of are. I hate to say it, but kind of one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
With Will's strength is roaming, and when he tries to play sight, he loses some of his edge, loses some of his
Yeah.
teeth,
A lot of his potency is
and
gone.
yeah, and like he can do well as an anchor, but like he's just so much scarier as an attacker or as a
You know what you've just
roamer.
done, right? You've
What?
ensured our next 35 ranked games was going to do nothing but anchor.
No, he'll probably be. I can't say that on stream.
There it is. You called it right out the
No,
gate.
Yep.
Monty, we're sick of
Yep.
that. Do something
That's
else.
yeah. Just putting myself into the Juggernaut's shoes, like, you're just like, what do we need to do? Attacking is our or them attacking us is a problem, and like what's disrupting our normal defensive that works because
What?
their defense is usually very good.
Right. What is going on?
Cali.
The Cali out of nowhere, out of left field. They didn't play Cali once. But I guess
Oh, but
on
this
this
is the
map, it's
it's
coastline.
a Cali
Yeah,
for this map,
it's
and
coastline.
that's actually really that's a smart
Okay.
ban
I take
because
it back,
Will does
Monty.
play Cali a lot with
Yep.
this map.
Oh, Capcan. That was their other band. So they're sticking with the Capcan, but they switched from Ace to Cali. Very nice. And then this one was the Clash. Get that bald freak out of here. Well, had a nice little steam crash there. Check 1, check 2. Joe, you still here? Hello? Joe? David? Oh, Steam must have crashed for both of us. Juggernaut's starting on defense. We're sticking with the Orcs.
Sorry,
Yeah,
got
no, you're good.
disconnected there.
Same. Happened to me too. Capcan was their ban originally on the first go.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, like I actually was saying it when I got disconnected, was just that, like, got to, the Stevens success rate went skyrocketing after they started banning Capcan.
Right. Yep.
Gotta
It's like,
keep banning him.
you mean he doesn't take about, I think if you looked at his damage chart up and through the first, like, 4 games, 85% of the damage he received was from Capcans.
That's crazy, dude.
Alright, let's see if the Psychos can continue their reign of terror. So with
Is the knock coming out again?
Yep, with the Monty ban.
I do like Nate playing Fenrir.
Yeah, agreed. Great utility for somebody who sits on side a lot. Oh,
Yep,
and
and
Osa is coming out.
he also can help out, like, wherever John's at, he actually helps John too.
Yeah. Oh,
As long as there's one active over there.
Cheeky little line of sight here, it looks like. This could get pretty ugly pretty quick for John if he's not careful. If the Juggernauts
yeah.
don't play around this. But we'll seem to be working on some sort of a rotation up through hookah. Trey and Steve are bailing on it, though, it looks like. Or at least Trey is. Not sure what Matthew's doing as of now. He's on the roof. So the Psychos know where John is, and it looks like they've just droned out Nate, maybe? No, that's still in the hallway. Steve wants it. Steve is wanting to take this fight to John. Yeah, there's the ping. John's got the shotgun at the end. There it is. There's the stall. Will's working on a rotate. If Matthew's still on the roof, Matthew's not on the roof, actually, he might be able to catch him. Trey goes down to John. Shotgun. Steve's trying to make a play just to make it a trade. Ended up with nothing. Matthew's working on the rotate, or I guess more flank rather. The Fenners are just stopping them at every turn, though.
Yep.
John about to make him pay, but Steve was smart. Stayed as far as he could out of the doorway. But here it is. Got to do it. John cleans it up, and Will gets the flank on Maddie.
That was a very good defense.
Yep.
Because not only like it was the Fenris that really won that round, but each of them kind of understood how to play off of them, and didn't make mistakes when giving kills away. The only other thing was Steven missed. Like I think Steven pushed into the hallway. It went off, and he should have shot it as he backed off.
Yep.
But then, like because he didn't, now that thing just kept pestering him the rest of the round.
Which I feel like is a misplay on his part, and also a misplay on Nate's part for putting it in the hallway to begin with. Like, because that could have been shot from the outside door, it felt like. But it did its part.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it could have been because it was around. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
We'll replay it.
Because it was right next to the door.
It could have been got from the hallway, I feel like.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah, from the hallway, for sure, yeah. Without really any risk from the bedroom trying to get you. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. If it was Matthew in that hallway, he would have gotten it, but
Yep.
But it's not like everyone
not everybody's seeing that.
being able to not everyone's seeing that. Not everyone's like recognizing it exactly. Oh, that's what's causing me to not be able to see.
Right. I'd see it, but I just wouldn't be able to shoot it. I'd shoot all around it for about 4 minutes. Alright, we're getting a
Ying.
Yep, the Ying. Like to see it. Steve might be caught off guard here. He is doing the right thing in droning. Will's going to play sneaky. He sees the hatches open. I don't know if he saw Will. Will didn't shoot the drone. Has made no noise. Yes, do it. He needs to get the drone up there. Just double check. He is. Yes, alright. He sees him. Great play by Steve. Now the problem is, how do you... He's just going you'll love to see it. I do think Steve needs to make the switch to Nate's, as long as she still has Nate's.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think she does.
Meanwhile, John's picking up Matthew with the shot. Trey is trying to get into sight. Steve's blown open the wall. This is gonna be an awful sight to be in here in a second. It's gonna be a fishbowl. Oh my gosh, the Fenrir.
Jeez. That rotate from where the hole they were making. You
Yep.
probably could still hear the Finra going off.
Trey is not in a great spot here.
Still have some time to work with.
Yeah,
But yeah, they know where he's at.
Picks up one. He does know that John has the shotgun, or at least he should know. Cleans it up. Headshots for both. He says headshots
Wow.
make it a double. Clean.
Yep. So what's the Juggernauts need to do?
Get good. That one wasn't too bad. I feel like it was bad. The Steve picking up Will right out the gate was huge, and then, but even still after that, Matthew did go down. So it was bottom two versus bottom two, and the
Yeah.
cycles showed who was better. It felt like good plays all around. And Nate is sticking with a Fenrir. We're liking that. We're a fan. I feel like this is a site where you could definitely play Ram though, and they're missing that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because they don't even reinforce the wall up in VIP.
Right.
So you can just start
could
it
just go
outside that
through
wall
one and
and
go
tear
through
up
the
a
other.
ton of the floor, not risk anything. Don't even have to enter the building.
That's wild. All right. John says, "Let me take on Stevie." And never mind, he's going right back to site. Actually, he's off site. Will's off site. Leaving Nate by his lonesome. John's coming back.
Yeah.
They droned him out. John was unable to get that cam. Playing offices. Matthew's getting kitchen wall. Matthew's working on a big rotate around. Trey's making an entrance. Oh, he lands shots on John through the wall.
Oh.
John goes down to Steve from kitchen window. I don't know if Steve will know that he's got it down. Will's looking to make some sort of a play on that just to provide some cover at the side. John goes down to Steve from the long angle.
Oh, that was a big kill.
Or John went down to Trey, rather. Yeah, kill finishes him up. Steve's going in, trying to get the fight with Will. Will cleans him up, gets out relatively unscathed. Matthew and Trey are in. Trey should be going for a plant, it looks like. Or is going for a plant, unsure. Okay. Matthew says, "Give me a second, I need to acquire as many gadgets as possible. Gotta plug them all."
That's some very good intel.
Yeah, and he's left the drone in a good spot. The issue is going to be if Will's able to do anything from above, he won't be able to from here. Oh, Nate sits straight down, spanks him, says, "I'm the man." One down, two down. Should be good for a plant. Here we go.
Wasn't able to finish Trey up though.
Yeah. Plant
It's gonna
does
be
go
big.
down. They've got the shield in position. This is not a great spot for Will.
Right.
If he pushes too aggressively, felt like he had the opportunity to get Trey. He just carried him all the way into the shield. Rough spot to be in. Both of them were lit.
Man. Trey was also putting down his shield. There was like a slight window of opening
Right,
where
you could see his arm.
he could
off
have
to the
shot
side.
Trey on the shoulder. Yeah, but it's like when you're having to worry about a whole nother person,
It's the
It's
backseat
hard.
driving that
It's
I'm
hard
best
to
at.
see that. What'd you say?
I said it's backseat driving that I'm best at.
Yes. Me too. Obviously, we're sitting here.
Right. If we were actually good, we wouldn't be, we'd be playing.
Right. You'd be playing in this game.
Yep.
I need to figure out where Nate lives. Gotta get in his garage.
Jeez. The Juggernauts have switched it up, going with the hookah sight. Surprised they haven't gone big blue balls on them yet. But
I really don't think that's a good
yeah,
sight at
I don't
all.
think it is either.
If they'd won more convincingly on the first map, I wouldn't be shocked if they went to that
Right.
bar site. But this is
Oh,
too close of a game to be risking it all just to show that you have big balls.
yep. But now we know that they don't, so it's confirmed. And bringing a smile to my face. Let's listen to him walk for a second. Oh. Music to my ears. His thighs grinding together.
Big Bertha made an appearance in the finals.
Yep.
Too bad it couldn't be us.
Too bad it couldn't be us. Interesting decision to have the that boarded off that entrance to billiards. Kind of strange. If I had to guess, that was a Nate special. Yeah, Will's sick of it. Punching it down. Two attackers are working on hookah. Let's see what Steve's doing. Okay, Steve's taking a swim in the pool. We'll catch up with you when you get back in the building, buddy. Nate is trying to work on Matthew at the window. Might be able to catch him. But upside down repel is actually one of Nate's strengths. It still baffles me.
It's all the Scooby.
Nate's going down to Steve. Looks like John has rotated to blue stairs. He's going to be trying to provide some sort of pressure on the hookah push. The call out must have been that Steve was underneath. Matthew's getting the chaos going down. The smokes and the crack stingers. Plant is starting. He's taking more damage just walking through all of it, but he is able to pick up Trey. He's in that far corner. Matthew doesn't seem to know where he is. John's still on the stairs. Steve was underneath. Got. Will picks up Matthew. Matthew picks up Will Rattler. And he's sticking the plant. Smart play. John does hear it though. Oh, Matty pulled off at the last second. Oh wow. He was pushing him. See, I would have stuck that first one just for the stat. The plant specialty. Psycho's up 3-1. Things are.
Yeah. When did they become good at defense or attack?
Right?
When did attack become their strength?
I don't even know. What has happened?
It has happened, at least in the playoffs.
Juggernauts say run it back. Same site. They've John switching to Goyo might come into play there. Can't really push in so easy, but doesn't look like Trey's wanting to do that. Switching with Blackbeard. I do like the zero play.
Did Steven pick off Nate through the hatch?
He might have, because the call out had to have been that he was underneath, because John immediately went to blue stairs.
Yeah, I didn't see where Steven was when he killed
When he
Nate,
killed
and Nate was like behind the hookah bar.
I think he must have, because I was lost as well. This cameraman is horrible. Oh, Will, you're freaking dirty. I think he pulled this play out of your
Run
playbook,
out.
Joe.
My playbook? No, this was Matthew, I
Well,
think.
this is Spawn Peak playbook.
Oh.
I don't differentiate whose it is. And just like that, Steve is tilted for the rest of the night. Good play. You gotta do what you gotta do. When it
Jeez.
all comes, when it all hangs loose, when it all matters. Just content with trying to play Will's game with him. Drones him out. Will pushes off.
Oh, man, it's such a good play too. They're man up. He took out the drone and then he just backs off. And so now it's like, what do you do
What
in,
does Trey
in
do?
Trey's
Right.
situation? Do you try to face check that all, or do you just bail on that and just switch it up to a different location? And now
I
you're
think
like a
I
man
think we got
down
our
that
answer.
he had both. My stream is frozen, so I can't see.
Oh, Claymores. You put
Okay.
Claymores everywhere up there.
There it is. It's up.
John's hunkering down on blue stairs. Nate's holding down A, and Will is roaming on this thing, wrapping up the whole place. Matthew does get the ping on John, so they do know where John is. He's leaving his drone in a good spot for Steve to watch. And it looks like they're going to be pushing under. Not entirely sure what Matthew's doing here. Will might have got the call out that Trey's on rotate or on window. I thought he was going to be running out on, but he doesn't. He does run right through Matthew's line of sight. Matthew cleans up to one. So it's John and Nate both left on site. John's covering blue stairs and Nate's covering the window. Some big damage on Trey there. Not enough to finish him though. The threat is still there. Matthew does have the diffuser. He's trying to get one last drone in before he makes a push. He finds John. That's huge. Nate does clean up Trey. Matthew's trying to get one. Can't get the other. Juggernaut's win. It took Trey turning into Siege Jesus, but they got it done. Good play by Nate all around there. He wasn't too aggressive on the window. And so he's able to pick up Trey, and then he pushed when he needed to and picked up Maddie. And back to kitchen we go for the last round of defense. And for kitchen, Trey says, "Allow me to bring the Osa." Oh, Twitch is back open. They banned Twitch as their attacker originally in the first game. The Juggernauts did, so they switched for Twitch to Monty.
Yep.
The ambient noise when you're in spectator mode is way too loud. And of course, right as I start saying that, there's some boat horn that goes off. Will's looking to hold, or at least apply any pressure to pushers from the west side. With Nate and John back on the site. The Osa should be spawning main lobby area or pool. Somewhere. We'll find her later. It later. Them, they, them later. Maddie's getting a drone in. Somebody's pinging like mad. Oh, Trey is pinging. They have Will pinched pretty heavily. Matthew's going to get his drone in for more accurate intel. Oh, this ping. The pings are off. Matthew thinks Will is. I think Will is somewhere else. This is my bad. thought he was on the other side of the screen. Jeez. He was stuck though. Trey had him pinned, and as soon as he makes a move, Will gets him. Or Trey gets him. But Maddie is down. It's bottom twos again. The Juggernaut seemed
Let's say
content.
captains are out.
I don't care. It's bottom twos. If they have an issue with that, they can take it up
Bottom.
with me later.
Bottom twos.
Yeah, or whatever. Top ones are out. The Juggernauts do seem perfectly content with pushing Kitchen here. Steve's putting himself in a bad spot. And he's alive. I thought he was a goner. Trey's working on a flank. Nate does hear it. Pays the price. I'm pretty sure Trey says that's payback for all the times that Nate's DNR'd. John is able to clean up Trey. Now it's the cousins. John versus Steve. Steve's baiting the plant. Jackson goes down. Good play by Steve. Great play by Steve. Jeez. What a shot.
Oh man, he just ran out of ammo though.
Yep. He baited out. It's the whatever that gun is. I can't think of it right now. It's got 4 bullets, and it shoots him in like a millisecond. Psychos go up pretty heavy here at the switch. 4-2. That was big. 3-3 and it's manageable. 4-2, it's a different story. Defense, we've got the Malusi coming out of Trey. That's kind of odd. I would almost bet that's the first time we've seen that the whole season. Any Malusis? We've got an Ella
Are
out.
they?
Yes.
So they're playing hookah billiards, and I'm guessing that the Lucy specific for the site.
Yeah.
You can kind of get away with her getting, like in the hookah, them being placed.
In there or something.
And it's like you don't really have the chance to shoot them when you move into that room because there's so many angles
Right.
that you're having to cross through, you know?
Right. Brava out of John. Nate's going back to line instead of Blackbeard. And Will's going with Ash. This map, I'm not a fan. Will's struggling hard on it. 4 and 5, you don't see that often out of him.
Will's also picking up a lot of his kills on attacks nowadays. It seems like John has actually been picking up a lot of the defensive kills.
Defensive kills, that's true. When he's throwing himself all the way up, he knows Will is safe. He's getting pings on the Malusi. How is this drone alive? We'll never know. So he's droning everything underneath just to make sure he's safe. Maddie's on site. Steve's relatively on site. And Trey's on site. Defense is not very spread apart. They're sort of just waiting. It's the Psycho style. Lion 1 comes down. Oh, Will does pick up Trey, but it's traded. Matthew is able to react and get that counter kill. Oh, they have Nate on cam. I don't think he got the default cam. Yeah, for sure. Trey hits one Ella mine and gets got from behind. Maddie with the ace. Default games, man. Gotta get him.
Yeah, it's important. Gotta get those basics.
Yep.
Will makes fun of me all the time about
With the whipping. Yep.
yeah, the whipping, the
You instilled the
the
fear of God on him and Billy right out the gate. And look how good they both are now. What a mentor. Same 3 defenders, with the exception of Trey switching off the Malusi. So I guess 2 defenders are the same. The Iona out of John. You can see it. I feel like he's only doing that because he knows this team always bans Iona.
Yeah. Talking about those default cams. A lot of times I'll actually like spawn in specific areas just so that I can hit as many default cams as I can outside, so that you can't really see just from the default cams where the
Where
teams are
people
pushing
spawn.
from,
Yeah.
where people spawn, or which the directions of.
That's why we keep you around, Joe.
Yeah. Then I try to take as many inside cams out that I can from outside.
And this drone in bathroom,
Again.
okay, it finally goes down. I was gonna say, if it survived both of those clowns, then we got a problem. Nate is going Osa. That's interesting out of Nate. I know he's done it once or twice. Honestly, I kind of like it. Love to see it.
Yeah, and I actually think it's good for Goodwill playing Ace.
Yep.
He's used it in the past recently, and
everybody that's been left
definitely has
open.
worked for him.
He's running out B. His B is completely clear. He should be relaying that information to himself because he has the diffuser. Thought somebody else did.
Well, he needs his team to actually push with him, at least to keep him distracted at the window. He should have seen that 2 were inside, so he only needs to worry about 1.
Oh, John gets the nade on Steve. The issue is going to be the flank. Max is not working on the flank. Trey was working no clear on side. That was diffuser though, and they seem to be aware. Yep. How quickly the tide just turned on him. Good flank from Trey. Matthew's taking significant damage. Actually ends up getting downed. Nate was just spraying it down and he cleans it up. Oh, I guess John cleaned it up. That was weird. I thought Nate got that for sure. You got robbed, Nate.
You got the kill on Matthew.
Yeah, but he wanted both of them. It's Nate.
He's a greedy son of a gun.
He's a greedy son of a gun. Oh, there goes my controller. Good. All right.
So that was a pretty good attack.
That was a really good attack. I did lose a dad, and I've lost both of my choices. I'll have to find them in a second.
I think I heard them.
Yeah, but blink, blink. Psycho is looking to gain a pretty strong advantage here. They can slip out this win, be up 6-3. That's huge. They are lacking in the reinforcement department. Matthew's doing his best. Steve's off diddling a suitcase. There we go. That's actually a really sneaky spot. The drone didn't see him. Could have left it. He would have been fine. Oh, Will's going Amaru. That's interesting.
Might be just going for a quick push through the main window.
Oh.
Yeah, void. If Matthew plays offside again, it could have avoided Matthew completely.
Yep. Interesting counter. If that is indeed the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, and that it wouldn't be like right out the gate. They'd need to like set up because that he'd need
Oh, Will's
support.
in.
He'd need.
Yep. He didn't opt for
Oh
the
wow.
window. He went stairs. He droned it out. Got himself in.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still like taking a huge section of the map very quickly.
And he catches Maddie. I don't know how he knew he was down there, but it works. That beeper that Steve picked up actually came into play.
Yeah.
Found to expose somebody. And Trey's just hanging out at the window. Will does end up picking up Trey. Working on Steve, but no avail. Steve picks the one up, but I was gonna say Steve's not really in a good spot, but he shoots himself in a good spot. Not good enough as John cleans it up. Good attack again, and
And
just like that, it's 4 to 5.
Steven has progressed so fast. Those 2 kills on Matthew and or on Will and Nate were very good.
It's okay to say it. You can say that you want him more than me on your team. I'm fine with it. They are back down in the kitchen, and I've reassembled my controller, so we're good. Enough sticking my finger inside these weird thumbstick holes.
It's just with both of those kills, like he, had intel, knew that, Will was over there on the stairs somewhere, closed the gap while he had his gun up, didn't sprint,
Mm-hmm.
and then was able to take him by surprise, and then immediately, got out of the spot that he was in, so that no one could just pick him off from
Right. And got
intel.
into a whole other situation that really wasn't
Yep.
advantageous for him, it felt like.
Yeah, it wasn't, but like,
Would've
just
worked.
try to catch him off guard. Like, they knew he was the last person, so like once he got the kill on Will, Will's gonna be making that call out, so he's just gonna try to make a quick like reposition and see if he can catch someone while they're trying to process,
Right. And here it is. Maddie did it once earlier, once to him, brought out the Cav. Oh,
Cav, I don't feel like it's
here's the
super
view.
easy to use on this map.
Agreed. For all the reasons why we hate it.
Yeah.
Nate set up. Was working on droning. John takes some damage. Oh, Matthews. I thought Matthews was picking on him, but it might have been Trey. Well, he hears them both. Patience. Patience, my boy. And he's droned out. Thoroughly droned out. And he's off of it, as he should. Meanwhile, Will's getting his push in from delivery. He is able to pick up Steve. Attackers own the site, and there's no defender left. Maddie's working on a rotate. Let's see what he's got. Plant is going down out of Nate. He didn't even see it. How could you not see that hideous attachment skin? I guess because he didn't even see Matthew either. He was just shooting the knives. Wild round, and it's knotted up 5-5.
Another good attack.
Yep, another good attack.
I do feel like this map favors attack a little bit, especially in 3v3s.
Not when we play defense. Oh, wait, yes, when we play defense. especially when
Definitely
you
when we play defense on
Yep.
this one.
Maddie's going to Valk. I like to see that switch. Valk is so much better than Echo, let me tell you. Steve over here has wasted about 15 clips opening up this little bit of a hole, while Trey's sitting over here with his shotgun, just in his back pocket, laughing at him. Steve's down to like 120 bullets. Make him count, buddy.
Yeah. If that was me, I'd definitely be running out this round.
Yep. Yeah, you shoot at ghosts, dude.
I shoot at no one.
Yep.
Shoot at shadows.
Attackers, John's sticking with the Iona, Will's sticking with the Ying, and Nate is sticking with Osa. And Nate's in pretty quick. Will's droning him out. He knows he's good to enter. He's setting up shop. Last time he did that, he got destroyed. And he is underneath, just waiting for somebody. He's got his C4 ready, chomping at the bit. Let's find John. Let's see where John's up at the roof. Will's still on drone, and Nate's pushing up. They've droned it out. They know it's clear. Trey's looking to push him. He should have rotated into bathroom. It felt like. Oh, Will's going to get the ball right behind him. Matthew is able to pick off John in the process. Trey's in a bit of a sticky spot here. And one comes in. I was going to say, it probably got Nate more than anybody. Maddie's just cycling through Will's old side. Steve's landing some significant shots on Will and Nate. But not for nothing. He's pretty bad himself. Trey's in a really good spot here. The only thing that's going to hurt him here is the Yings if they do happen to get through. Nate does go down. Not, I think, to a lesion, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe not. Impact? Something? Maddie. Trey's tight ankle pays off.
Jeez.
Match point. Match point Psychos. It's a good win out of the Psychos to sort of stop the bleeding there.
Yeah.
Now pressure's back on the Juggernauts. Third time's the charm that we're seeing Kitchen, I think. Right? Isn't this? Yeah, it's all jumbled up. I don't even remember how many times we've seen him go down here.
I don't either. I was trying to figure out, like,
we had another round.
how many times have they won this defense rounds?
Yep.
I don't know.
It all gets lost.
You could just pull up the scoreboard.
I could, but do we know what sites those are?
Well, you could just see that attackers won 3 times and the defenders won twice, so you'd have to assume that
The defenders
the
won
first
the
site
other
they...
two. I don't even know. Yeah, they won Hookah and they won this, so those were the 2 wins.
Yeah, so they've played Kitchen at least one other time.
Yep. Yeah, because Maddie was capped.
They lost it.
Yep. Everything fell apart. definitely tell using a controller. He is getting exposed by his teammate right here. Hope you were ready for that, Nate. Wheels on rappel up. John's actually already in, trying to cause some sort of chaos over top. Matthew is working on a flank. Oh, Maddie's gonna catch him if John's not careful. Oh, John's ready for it. Okay, I thought it still was looking right at the door, but I guess not. Maddie picks him up. Nate's still outside in his corner. Will's about to get this flank here on Trey. It feels like if he keeps peeking just a bit. He didn't see him. Deletion does connect. So Will is sort of giving his position away just a bit. No worries. You hate to see it. Trey lands the kill on Nate, leaving John and Maddie. Matthew is off site. John is holding down the bathroom area. Nate's rotating, it looks like, to service entrance.
That was such a big kill.
Huge kill. Picks the kill. Putting him under pressure. Oh, but a frost mat picks up Nate. And Nate did have a diffuser. Matthew is dropped around behind him in courtyard. They do have pings on Will. Will's getting the pickup. Matthew hears it, but they are not in a great spot. Impact lands right on Will's head. Pre-fire. Matthew is able to clean him up, and here it is. Matthew versus Nate. Nate pushes him, but Matthew gets him. That's it. The frost turns the tide.
What up? That was a big back and forth round, yeah.
Yep.
Jeez, I really thought that it was going to go
Same.
one way, then it swapped like in a second.
Yep. I thought so too. That's wild.
Wow, and that was the aim. You think they'll be done with this one?
For tonight, I think so.
It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay, they're all gone, so I'm
What
gonna
a
take that
game.
as a yes.